Today I'm going to talk about something slightly different than what I have been talking recently. Slightly different, but not quite. Because many of my friends have been asking me to draw the differences between ethnocentrism and racism. Now, at some point, these two have the potential to intertwine, to become one, but not all the time. For example, the event that led to World War II and World War I were not created across racial divide. It was Europeans against Europeans, mostly. So it was actually a form of fascism based also on a very strong dose of ethnocentrism, because the Nazis, they wanted to create a world, in their view, that would be 100% Caucasian. Centrism transcends race. It focuses solely on ethnicity. Now, I can give you another example. If you remember the war in the Balkans and Southern Europe in the 1995, the 1990s actually, what people come to name as the war in Yugoslavia. It was purely an ethnic war, and this, I remember vividly, this was when the word ethnic cleansing became so popular in American politics or American media, actually. So the difference really actually between ethnocentrism and racism it's kind of shaded gray, but I want you to know that when we talk about ethnocentrism, it's a group, an ethnic group, trying to impose its influence and to some extent its power or its the betterness of that ethnic group over others, other ethnic group, or over another one, for example. But both of them, racism and ethnocentrism, lead or have the potential to lead to genocide. So if you're talking about anyone who bears the venom of racism or ethnocentrism, that person also, we can clearly say, harbors some sort of a criminal intent, quite frankly. Because if an ideology can lead to genocide, to begin with, it's criminal, period. So the other thing I want to talk about today is the racial tension in America ever since Donald Trump becomes president. This is the first time in American, I could say that since the 1900s, that you see an American president is so blatantly racist. Donald Trump comments that I don't see how anyone can even try to sugarcoat this. Usually you would see people say, oh yeah, your statement is racially charged, is inappropriate. But Donald Trump is so blatant, and many of the people who are backing him are also blatant. When he made reference against the Haitians and the people of Africa, I've seen Donald Trump surrogates, so they went to the areas and tried to justify it when he said that he's welcoming people from Norway, features, instead of those from Haiti or the Caribbean or Africa. So actually, the vision of Donald Trump for America, and the people who are backing him, is a vision of creating I would say, centric society, where all is going to be very impossible to get rid of all the what transcends American society, all the other ethnic groups, but they want to make sure they impose one superpower ethnic group over all the rest of them, all the other ones. So I have a solution to all of these things. If you watching this, you may think I'm crazy, but I'm not. There is a solution to that. If there's anything we can say about American society is the strength of its institutions. By now, I think everyone is clear with regard to Donald Trump, I would say autocratic views. And if he had his way, by now, what he has been saying regarding the Mexicans and the Haitians, it should have been done by now. He can't do that because of the structure of government. But we cannot remain complacent. Oh yeah, he won't be able to do it because we're going to be on the road and start demonstrating, and in fact the officials will listen to us. Of course, Donald Trump and his Republican and colleagues who control Washington and all sphere of government, they're not listening to anyone. If they can get their way, they will do exactly what they want to do. So there is one solution to this, and I'm going to close this statement today. The only solution is to make sure that you get your voters registration ready, and then you show up at the polls. The best way to deal with fascism, with racism or xenophobia or ethnocentrism is to use the power of your vote. Between now and all the way to November, I'll be speaking about that, because in this channel I want to focus more, not all the time, but much more on social political issues. Because those who claim not to be part of politics, of course they do in politics. They did just supporting those who practically would want him not participating in an election. You don't like someone, you get to the poll, you demonstrate, you manifest, and so to speak, your disapproval of that person. So this was the message for today. But don't forget now, this is a new channel. I just like all of you just to leave me a little comment. Just let me know how you think or what you think. And of course, I'd like for you to subscribe to this channel. And don't forget to click the notification bell.